Hi there, and welcome back to It's Not Just Dogs, the place to be if you love animals, dogs, and the planet. I'm Deborah, and that's Boss, and you're watching part 2 of If Not Raw, Then What? Today is the fun part. It's the answer to the question, which food did I choose for Boss? For the pros and the cons on my decision and what I ultimately decided, join me on the other side. See you there. Those of you who know me know that I'm a big fan of the raw diet. Well, it was about 3 years ago when my sister passed and my mom and I decided to adopt her 2 senior fur babies, Boss and Bito. I actually had never really thought about feeding any of my dogs a raw diet. Really didn't know the first thing about it. But it didn't take long before I could plainly see the benefits. Gorgeous teeth, even in the back for a dog, a bull mastiff at that, age 10, quite a feat. 0 signs of arthritis, shiny coat, and absolutely no weight problems. I also knew about the poo, wonderful stool quality. I know odd to talk about it, but also very little of it and very little smell as well when you feed dogs raw. So that's always impressive, right? But in all honesty, he actually looked and acted like a much younger dog. So if it wasn't for some health issues with the pack dietitian, aka mom, I really would have never considered switching Boss from a raw diet to anything else. So the fact is that we really did need to find something more convenient, very easy to feed, still very healthy, and something Boss would like. So, this is what I learned about kibble. Pretty interesting. I do encourage you to watch the research up top. Kibble is made, obviously, with an expanding and extrusion process. High temperatures and pressure are applied. I mean, you gotta cook it, right? The process zaps the nutrients, and so it really doesn't matter what kind of quality food you put in there at the beginning. By the time it goes through all of the heat and the pressure in there, that's kind of gone. Also, this is the part that really got me. Whole ground carcasses can be used, and worse, sometimes it can include animals that are sick, diseased, euthanized, and even floor scraps. And yes, the FDA does allow that in animal grade feed. After all of that, then it's sprayed with animal fats and oils to make it taste good again. Synthetic vitamins are added to make up for what was lost in the cooking process, as well as preservatives and some artificial color in some cases. The high heat during the extrusion process causes carcinogens that are known to cause cancer in high doses. Well, you might say, well, really, I mean, what is high doses? Well, maybe not a lot, but when you consider that dogs generally, including mine, all my other dogs, are fed like a kibble twice a day for their entire lives, that adds up to quite a bit of carcinogens that can cause cancer. So actually, the best diet for dogs is an unprocessed food, high in protein, minerals, moisture, low in carbs, and moderate in fat. Sounds like it'd be pretty good for us too, right? So basically, that's everything that kibble is not. So with that in mind, I set out to try and find a convenient, healthy food for our Boss. As I said in the previous video, eventually I decided to find 2 or 3 sources that I felt were really reliable and that I trusted, and go with that, some of the experts. And that's exactly what I did, and that's exactly when I found Dr. Becker. I really, really love this woman. She's a holistic vet and a lot more, and I really I trust her, and I have a great confidence in the information that she provides. My favorite video, it's a video she did, and I will provide a link to it in the description box. And I think it's 4 years old, and it's still very pertinent. But it's a list of foods from the best to the worst. And this is ultimately what kind of cleared up all the confusion for me and helped me make a good decision, or what I think is a good decision for Boss. So, my choice? Coming in at number 4 on the list, a freeze-dried, dehydrated, raw kibble. Ta-da! She says it's the next best thing to feeding raw. And she actually suggests it for people who do feed raw if they're maybe going on a trip or going to the board, their dogs, or so it's a good idea, or hiking or camping. It's a good, as close as you can get to a raw diet. So I went on a search for what kind of products out there in the freeze-dried, dehydrated, and there were quite a few. And ultimately I settled on Stella and Chewy's freeze-dried. But I did like this about the video, and Dr. Becker as well. She said, you know, not everybody can feed raw, and no, not everybody wants to. So if you can offer your dogs, she said, let's say you can do it a quarter of the time of an unprocessed raw product, or maybe half the time, or maybe just treats. As long as you're, interjecting some good, healthy, unprocessed food in addition to your kibble, if that's what you need to feed or want to feed, she suggests that as an option. How is Boss doing? Awesome. Of course, I'm kind of lucky because there was never a threat that he wouldn't eat whatever I put in front of him. He's a bit of a chow hound. I also got a couple of recipes from Dr. Becker's site on healthy, meaty treats to make, so I'm going to be making a couple of those and videos on. So that's it for today. That is my choice. It is a Stella and Chewy's freeze-dried raw, and I feel pretty good about it. Actually, I feel pretty good about it. Also, I wanted to let you know that I did reach out to Stella and Chewy's about their meat sourcing, and here's what they said. It was really good that they did this. All of our ingredients come from farmers and ranchers we know and trust, and all our meat comes from USDA inspected facilities or similar inspection agencies outside of the United States that do not allow for floor waste, sick, or euthanized animals. All of our animal proteins are responsibly sourced and always grass-fed, cage-free, or wild-caught. That's what they responded, and I really thought that was good, which also further gave me a little comfort level about my choice. So that was my decision, and that's it for today. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. We love company. Boss Vito and I join the pack. We love it. So that's it for today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.